easy it is to make a delicious cabbage dinner. I'm going to show you all how to make a big old pot of cabbage and some blackened salmon, and I have some rice cooking on the side. It's a flavored rice. Here's the lovely ingredients you're going to need. Of course, you're going to need some salmon. You're going to need some cabbage, and I have some beautiful smoked sausage here. I need some spices to make it taste good. We have a lemon, sugar, blackened seasoning. We have parsley flakes, onion and garlic powder. We also have some Old Bay seasoning, salt and pepper. Make sure your hands are impeccably clean. Let's get started with this amazing recipe, Gina Young Style. The thing I'm going to do is show you all how easy it is to make fresh salmon taste super delicious. What does it mean to blacken a meat? Well, we're going to use this blackening seasoning, and it almost gives you like a charred taste. It tastes so super delicious. And there's my timer. My timer's letting me know that the rice is done. My whole plan was to actually make some jollof rice, but when I really took the time to think about it, the jollof rice needs to be a completely different video by itself because it takes a while to cook. So we'll do the jollof rice, but it'll be on a different video, okay? So now, when you blacken your salmon, it's gonna make it have a nice dark color that tastes good. So let's get that seasoning on there. There's a bunch of seasonings in this little bottle that taste so great. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna be afraid to season, all right? Don't be afraid to season. Then you wonder why your food is flavorless, right? There we go. A little bit of parsley flakes goes a long way when you want to make something pretty. There we go. Now, this can be sauteed. This can be sauteed on the pan with some oil or some butter, however you please. If you decide to cook this on top of your stove in a pan, be sure to put the salmon this side down and the skin side up. Okay, so just start it off that way. I'm gonna put some Old Bay seasoning on. Great flavors in here as well. Beautiful. A little bit of salt. If you can't use it, leave it out. And really, it's that simple. All right, get back here. A little bit of black pepper. And I'm gonna really go in with the garlic powder. Garlic takes this a long way. Oh, it smells so great. So what I'm gonna do, I am literally gonna put like a third of cup of cold water onto this pan. And because I'm using such a small amount, it will eventually evaporate, okay? But I like for that water to kind of get my salmon going into the oven. So let's get this into the oven, 350 degrees until it's fully cooked. Nice and moist and tender and juicy and so flavorful. Salmon is almost done. I'll sneak in a couple tads of butter, and I'm going to put it right on top of the salmon and just let it melt on the top of the salmon, and voila, so super delicious. So I'm going to cut the core off of my cabbage, and then we'll slice it this way, okay? May take a little bit of elbow grease to get your knife through, but it'll work, okay? And then what I like to tell people is this little triangle here is the core. Here's how I like to take the core out. Cabbage is one of my favorite vegetables, and I am always for having cabbage. I love it. Oh my goodness. Cook it how you want. I love it. Let's see. Let's go in a little bit deeper. Get that core out. Just like so, and discard of it because it's super tough. Okay, so once you achieve that and you're able to get the core out, let's chop this baby down. And one thing I like to do, even though I've washed the outside of the cabbage, we're gonna wash it again after we cut it, because you wanna make sure that you get off any sand, any mud that's in between these leaves as we cut them. Cold water, we're gonna give them a nice rinse, and then we're gonna put them in this lovely wok here that has about this much water in it. You can also put chicken broth in there if you wanted to. So let's get this nice and cut and rinsed off and into our pan. Super simple, right? Dinner at the Young's house couldn't be more excited today. Look at that rice. Oh, it's so fluffy and super flavorful. Rice goes beautiful. With cabbage and salmon, this is the perfect side dish. Make you some. Next thing we're going to do is let's talk about your sausage or the cabbage. When you make a cabbage, really any type of smoked meat is super delicious. Growing up, when I grew up, my dad would make his cabbage with bacon in it. I know. He would just chop up some bacon and throw it in there and let everything cook together. And the bacon would kind of boil and it was super delicious. Or you can chop the bacon up, fry the bacon, get the bacon nice and crispy, and a little bit of that bacon grease, throw it in there because it's super delicious. Not a lot of bacon grease in there, right? But what we're going to do today is we're using a smoked sausage. And you can slice it, dice it, however you want. I have a tiny bit of oil here in my pan, and I'm looking for a nice charred color onto my sausage. That's going to give the sausage more flavor. It's going to bring a delicious flavor to our cabbage. So I'm just going to slice it down just like this. We're going to begin to fry this up. Once I see a nice golden brown color onto the sausage, we'll put it in the pan, and any little oil that's left in the pan, throw it in there for extra flavor. When it comes to the sugar, you don't have to put sugar in your cabbage. It's just how my dad did his, so I do mine's like that, and it gives it such a great flavor, like really it does. And I can promise you, it doesn't make it sweet. It's not to make it sweet. It kind of just gives it like a umami flavor. Make them say, ooh, mommy, where you get this recipe from? Be sure to tell them Gina Young. All right, gorgeous. So now that we have our sausage in the pan with the oil, let's get it nice and cooked. And then when I come back, we're going to season this cabbage. Go ahead and get the cabbage going. Be sure to put a little bit of broth or some water in the bottom of your pan. Cabbage, nice and seasoned. I'm going to go in with that sugar, just a little bit. Salt to taste, pepper, and several times during this recipe when I cook cabbage, I'll go in a second time and season if needed. So you always want to taste your food and see what it tastes like, right? If it tastes good the first time, then you don't need to re-season. Okay, we're just going to kind of move things around a little bit. This will cook down just as if we were making like a big old pot of collard greens. And when I come back, we'll check in on our sausage that's frying up. Should be getting nice and golden brown. It smells super beautiful in here right now. Blackened salmon is almost done. Remember I told you we'll use a couple tabs of butter to give it some great flavor. Once it's almost done, let's do it. So we're going to put 2 onto the pan so we can flavor the underneath side. And then we'll put a tad of butter. I know, right? Just like this. Back into the oven. We got some sausage we need to check in on. Get it golden brown and get it into your cabbage. So sausage has great color. Almost, see that? Hold on, let me show you. Let me show you. That nice charred look. That look means good flavor. Let's get this into the pan. And when our cabbage is done, dinner is served. And I'm going to take this lovely lemon. I'm going to cut it in quarters because we like to squeeze lemon onto our fish. Salmon. The salmon is cooked to perfection. Oh, look at that. And it smells so good. Look, everybody, Gina Young Style, delicious cabbage, flavored rice, blackened salmon. Make you some. If y'all enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Tell your family and friends. Tell everyone you know what Gina Young's doing in this kitchen on a daily basis. Going right in for the rice. And then the cabbage. Oh. Flaky salmon. Y'all better run right now. Get you some. Enjoy.